What's going on, world? How you guys doing on this evening? It's your boy Top Dog. I'm back in the building. Listen, we're gonna do away with the normal intro on this evening. We're gonna do a little freestyle in here. You guys know how we get down and operate on the channel. I'm not gonna do that today. Listen, I was out today. I want to show you a little bit of myself. I want to, from time to time, take you on a journey with me. You can see, my hair is, the barbershops and everything is closing down. So I'm looking a little bit woolly here, and I'm showing you all of myself. This is how it's going to be for the upcoming days, because we will practice safety in this household. We're going to be washing our hands. I went out today to get hand sanitizer, actually, and some Lysol and some things like that. And of course, the stores are still out, guys, giving you a report. I went out early this morning, had my gloves on, practicing social distancing and all of that stuff. But I kind of wanted to get some of that stuff and have it around here. But I was finally able to buy some toilet paper. Now, to all of you out here that's hoarding toilet paper and all of this, I want to know what parts of the reports that you saw on TV said go buy toilet paper. What's the connection with this, guys? Because this is senseless that you hoarding all of this toilet paper. For what? I just don't get it. I never understand it. But thank goodness today I was able to buy toilet paper and some little hand wipes to kind of wipe your hands and sanitize your hands and stuff like that. So we're starting off a little bit differently, guys. I'm giving you a little bit of myself. Like I said, barbershops and all of that stuff are closed, so you can see. I'm showing you all of myself here. Got the woolly beard going on. The fro is about to be in full effect, but we will practice safeness here in this household. So I'm going to talk to you guys a bit tonight about a subject that I think is very important. And I'm also going to issue a 30-day challenge on this evening. So I want these comments going crazy. I want this video to be shared amongst all your family and friends. And we're going to be initiating a 30-day challenge to everybody that sees this video. I'm going to walk through right now SMART goals, what the acronym actually means, and why you should be using it in this 30-day challenge and beyond to achieve your goals. So without further ado, come on in, do whatever it is that you need to do to relax, and let's get loose. So SMART goals, what are they? Acronym, SMART. Let's go into the letter S, and it stands for specific. Now, I shouldn't have to tell you at this point why your goals should be very, very specific. Because let me backtrack just 1 second and preface this by saying, first of all, you have to be serious. You have to be serious during this 30-day challenge about actually achieving this goal. And this is something that you've always wanted to break through with, and you've just been stuck without a way. You've given up halfway through. You've let distractions and everything else kill your goal, and you moved on and you started another goal and did the same exact thing and couldn't get no traction and couldn't figure out why. Number one, before we go into the acronym SMART, number one is you have to be serious. You have to take that thing serious. You have to want to achieve it, first of all, and have a mindset that I'm not going into this to fail. All of my efforts are going to go into achieving this goal, and I'm not going to stop until it happens. And you got 30 days. I'm issuing you a challenge. You got 30 days to get it done. So you have to be serious, first of all. Change your mindset. Take it serious. Make the decision that you're going to get it done. And then we're going to challenge each other, and we're going to push through this thing together, and we're going to report our progress in the comment section. So number one, specific. It's got to be very specific. Most of you guys are giving up on your goals too fast because they're not specific enough. They're too vague. They're too easy. They don't scare you. So you haven't written them down. It was very, very generic, and you gave up on it within 2 days. Wasn't specific enough. Okay? If it's not specific, the chances and the likelihood of you actually carrying this on out is going to be slim to none. So that could be your first mistake. Your goals not being specific enough. And then at the end of all of this, I'm going to give you an example of what a SMART goal is, because I don't want to be telling you guys stuff and then not showing you what that actually looks like. That's the goal. That should be the goal of every leader, to not be just spitting stuff out without actually showing what it actually looks like. So we got specific. Got to be specific, guys. M, it's got to be measurable. Okay, you got to be able to measure your progress. So we're giving ourselves 30 days. So at the end of week 1, we should have progress to measure against. At the end of week 2, we should have progress to measure against. At the end of week 3, so on and so forth. It's got to be measurable. We have to be able to measure it. Why? You should be able to answer that question, because if we can measure it at the end of week 1, if I look at it and say, I've done these specific things in order to reach this goal, I know what I have to do next week. Or if I achieved it in a week, I know that I'm done. I've done my job. If I achieve what I set out to do for 30 days, if I do that in a week, that's excellent. Then you know you need to be setting harder goals for yourself if you do that. But you have to make it measurable, guys. It's got to be measurable, because you're going to lose track. You're going to put it on the back burner. And if it already wasn't specific enough, and you didn't put any measurements to it, you didn't give yourself any measurements on how you're going to achieve it, guess what? That's the second place where you're going to give up. So I'm trying to help you guys out through this. So if it's not specific and it's not measurable, you've lost the race. So you have to make your goals measurable. Okay? Very, very important. Thirdly, A, attainable. You know you better than I know you. Don't go out here, saying you know what's attainable to you. You know what's attainable to you. You know what you have. You know your tools. You know everything about yourself. Make your goals obtainable. And with that, what we mean by that is don't bite off more than you can chew. Okay, sometimes you have to set a smaller goal in order to get to the bigger goal. Everybody can't always hit the ground running. Everybody can't just take the baton and run. And chances are, if you're listening to this video, you're one of the people that can't just take the baton and run with it and just run through a brick wall. You got to make it attainable. So if you know you're that person, and I'm not saying that you are not. I'm not saying that you're not the one that could take the baton and run it all the way through a wall and just keep on going. We have those people out there. I know that I'm not one of those people on certain things. So I have to break things down into smaller chunks in order to obtain the bigger goal, the bigger picture. So that's what we mean, guys, when it say make your goals attainable, because what we're doing here is getting you to a position to where you can achieve it without giving up on it within the first couple of days or the first week. We want you to see this thing all the way through. I want you to envision yourself. When you write this goal, I want you to envision yourself already having achieved that goal. And I'm walking you through the steps on how you can do it. That's why you're doing all of this. When you make it attainable, you can envision it. And envisioning things is one of the bigger keys to goal obtaining. When you can see it. We hear it all the time. If I see it, I can believe it. If I see it, I can do it. This is so very true. You are what you think. Remember our book, As a Man Thinks. You are what you think. You become what it is that you think. So we have to walk through these steps so that we can envision these things, and we can achieve it because we actually see what it is that is spewing out of our mouths. Okay? So specific, measurable, obtainable, realistic are realistic. It's got to be realistic. Don't go out here setting this, realistic and attainable are somewhat related, but not really. Because here's how that breaks down. You know that, well, I'm finna come into $1 billion in 60 days or 90 days. That's not realistic. It's attainable. You see how the two things, it is attainable, but is that realistic though for you? So that's the difference between the two. It is attainable. You could come into $1 billion in 90 days, but is that really realistic? So, hey, I'm not pissing on your parade. I'm not telling you what it is that you can't do, but I'm trying to get you and walk you through setting a goal and seeing it all the way through. And if it's not realistic, you're going to give up on it. So it has to be realistic. I'm not telling you what it is that you can't do. I'm not limiting your abilities. I want you to dominate. Trust me on that. But your goals have to be realistic. We have to keep in mind what the bigger picture is and how we're going to get through this 30-day challenge. So realistic, guys. You know what's realistic for you and what's not realistic for you. Some of you have time constraints. Some of you guys got so many other things going on. So you have to take all of those things into account when we're talking about realistic. Can you realistically devote 7 days out of your week to attaining a goal? If you're working a 9 to 5, or if you got other things going on right now, can you realistically do this? So obtainable and realistic, though they seem they could be relatable, and they are, that's the difference between the two. And last but not leastly, guys, it has to be time bound. You have to put a time constraint on when you're going to do this. Otherwise, it's going to go on and on and on. And what happens with time? When we feel like, man, we got more time than we do to achieve something. We get relaxed, and then it goes to the back burner, and now your goal is swept underneath the carpet someplace, and you're not going to achieve it. So I'm issuing this challenge. I'm issuing this challenge on this day, which is March 30th. Today is March 30th of 2020. 30 days from now, April 30th. These comments, we want to be seeing the wins that you've gotten based off of setting your smart goals and running through it within 30 days. If you finish early, that's excellent. That means that the next time we issue the challenge, you got to set yourself a goal that's harder, that scares you a little bit more, that's more difficult for you to obtain. If you do it in less than 30 days, if you do it, say, in a week or two, you know what, that goal was too easy. So we want to make this challenging. And we want to bring our family and our friends. We want to challenge all of those around us to step up, face your fear, and break through. Don't go under it. Don't go over it. Don't go around it. Break through it. That's what we want to do. So think about a challenge, a goal that you may have started off on and you didn't complete it. I want you to revisit that. But this time, I want you to make it specific. I want you to make it measurable. I want you to make it attainable, realistic, and I want you to put a time limit on it. So here's an example of a SMART goal. I will graduate from Patton University with my master's degree by September of 2021. That's specific, guys. It's very, very specific. I know what I'm going to do, when I'm going to do it, how I'm going to do it. I got all of those factors in place. It's measurable. I want to be done by September of 2021, if that's what I said. You know, this is just an example that I made up. So if I said that, hopefully I said that. So it's measurable. I want to have it done by September of 2021. So every consecutive month, until I get there, I can measure my progress. How many more classes do I need to complete this? It's obtainable. Very, very obtainable. I don't have to go through the reasons why that's obtainable. It's very, very obtainable. Okay? It's realistic. I can do this. Again, it's realistic. I don't have a whole lot of things going on to block me from getting that goal. You know, I can focus. I can buckle down and I can get this done, right? And it's time bound. I got a time frame on it so that the chances and the likelihood of me achieving a goal like that are going to be higher because, number one, remember, you got to be serious about it. Make the decision, set the goal, and now I'm laser focused in on doing just that. Okay, so that's the challenge, guys. So I want you guys to buckle in. I want to hear about this. I want to hear about your progress. I want to hear the wins that you're getting. I want you to put those in the comments. Let's do that challenge. Instead of all of this foolishness out here on social media, everybody's down with these challenges that are not going to bring you anything, not going to give you any ROI. That's another term that some of you may be familiar with or not. Return on investment. Let's challenge each other so that we can get a return on investment. All right? So I wanted to put this down on this evening, guys. Go a little bit unorthodox. You know, some of you guys might be in the house, have been in the house for last couple of weeks, and it's kind of driving you batty right now. You know, so I wanted to break it up a little bit and not go through the normal mode of what we normally do here. But we still want to be informative. We still want to invoke thoughts. We still want to promote higher levels of understanding. We still want to elevate and motivate so that you can go out and dominate. So there you have it, guys. I know that you found value from this, so share it. Get it out there. Get the word out. We want as many people challenging themselves within these next 30 days as possible. We want to make this go viral. Let's make this go viral. All of these other silly and all this other nonsense goes viral all the time. You know, nothing serious seems to ever go viral. Let's make this go viral. Not for the money, but I want to see all of us winning. I want to see all of us winning in a positive way. All right. So let's get on it, guys. All right. We're starting now. We're starting now. 30-day challenge. Seeing a goal from start to finish, myself included. Okay. Myself included. I'm not going to put mines out there, but myself included. I've already set my goal. So let's get to it. In 30 days, man, I want to see some wins out here. I want to see people elevated and motivated. I want to see you moving into the next level of your life. I want your trajectory to always be going straight to the top. And I'll meet you there. It's room for all of us there. It's room for all of us at the top. So I'll see you there. Even if you beat me, I'll meet you there. Don't worry about it. I'm not worried about you getting there first. I'm not that type of dude. You can get there first. And keep on going. I'll catch up with you. I'll be there. Trust me. All right. So it's your boy Top Dog. Thanks for tuning in. I know you could have been anywhere else in this world on this evening, but you chose to spend a couple minutes with us. And man, we'll see you at the top. Peace and love. Top Dog out.